Check, check. Can you guys hear me okay? Alright, I know it's only on the left. I'm gonna fix that. But I'm gonna go make some coffee. In the meantime, you can watch the Red Jacket music video. Alright, right on time, I think. Right? Hello! So, there's a few changes on this one compared to last stream. The first one is we got mods now, which is exciting. Okay, how's the volume now? How are you feeling about the volume? Okay, let me go through the filters. Oh, it's because the limiter, I think, is a little... Okay, is it better? Okay, how about now? Come on. Is it better now? Yeah, better? Okay. Please let me know, because I've been tweaking the effects a little bit. Okay, great. And is it distorted? A little bit, right? Hello. Alright, if you need a vocoder on my voice. I don't think you do. Okay. We're still like a minute early, so now's the time for tweaks. Just a little bit of distortion? Okay. Well, let me know. Those are not pens, y'all. Okay, this is the coolest thing ever. This is like the item we've been working on for a long time. Let me show you. That's the jacket, like the item I was telling you about last time. Yeah. Let me fix my chair. A severe lack of red. We're also making a red version. Isn't it so cool? It's amazing. It's amazing quality too. Like, it's better than a lot of honestly like designer jackets that I've seen. It's really, really, really high quality. I'm really happy about it. I think that when we put it out, it's gonna have to be, I'd say, between 175 and 200, because it's like actual proper quality. Holy shit. Okay. I try to get ready early to avoid this, but it is what it is. Yeah, the embellishment, the emblems are sewn in. It's not pins, so that way they like more. They have more point of contact. Y'all, let's see if this works. Yeah, I'll let you know what we can do on the price, but it's already, honestly, low-key, it is very cheap, because it is really, really, really good quality. I'm very happy about it. But you know, it's like one of these things where I try to make sure we have we can have stuff that is affordable and stuff that's very uncompromising, like artistically. Yeah. Same with, like, it's like the tour, you know. I like to have the VIP tickets and then the regular tickets being very affordable. So show us the cat. I don't know if the cat will show itself. Okay, before we get started properly, can I get a final check on the audio, please? Are we happy about the microphone level? Audio's good. Okay, I'm gonna play some music and you tell me if the audio is still good. How's the music compared to the mic? Okay, maybe a little quieter. How's that? How's the balance there? Okay, how's the music to... Check. It's good now? It's good? And I'm not distorting too much? Okay, great. We can get started. Alright, thanks everybody for your help. I noticed the VIP tour poster will be signed by you. Is it too much to ask to get the whole pen to sign them as well? I mean, the things that when Red tries to sign things, it kind of bursts into flames because it gets really excited. It's very grateful to be in the band. Juno tends to just make it levitate, and so it's more of a demonstration. Spikey's great, but Spikey's a bit of a diva, so often he'll just not show up, and it's a whole thing. But you know, and I gratefully, happily sign. So people are like, "Oh, the back of the mic is not hooked correctly." I appreciate your attention to detail. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me today. We're gonna play some music, and yeah, figure that out. First of all, did you guys like the Red Jacket music video? I'm really happy about it. It was definitely a whole journey. We flew in the guitar player we flew in Spikey, the actual Spikey, obviously, to Atlanta to do a motion capture of him. And then we Ocean created a model of every member of the band, including me, and used the motion capture data and everything. But we were working on it for a little bit, and it just wasn't working out. Like, until a week ago, we were not totally happy with the way it was feeling, and so we ended up scrapping it and starting all over again 5 days before it came out. So it was Shin, Ocean, and I. Shin did all the exterior stadium shot, and Ocean did all of the animation, and I did the motion graphics and all the the graphic stuff. And yeah, sometimes it happens like that, and we learn a lot about what makes the band look cool and how we enjoy portraying them. So that was a big learning experience. But yeah, it's pretty insane. I think the direction for the video I was going for was a certain flavor of 3D where I didn't want it to look too cheap or too premium expensive, I didn't want it to look PS6, vibes. So one of the references I brought up was Sonic Adventure 2, which uses skybox for the cities and the environments rather than modeling everything. And that's quite kind of, so I actually tried to look for some of the actual textures for it. We didn't use any, but it was just to study how they worked. My animator must have hated you. No, we love each other. It was just Ocean, by the way. He animated the entire thing. He's a genius. He also edited it. So it's crazy. Is that the Loup-Garou game I have? It is. It's my favorite thing in the world. This game over there. It's a French institution. People are very happy about the venue I picked for the Paris show. I'm really, really excited for the Paris show. Came in last minute. It's technically going to be a DJ set, but because of the screen configuration, I'm trying to bring some extra things that I don't typically do at DJ sets. But it's going to be right before the album comes out, so I think I'm going to make the most of that. Yeah, that's gonna be really good. There's this new remix that a certain artist made of Fire Away that's like the best thing ever, that I'm incredibly thrilled about, that you're gonna be really, really happy about, I think. And I'm trying to figure out when to premiere it, but I might end up premiering it in Paris. So that's there's also very, very funny about when I met this or these artists a couple weeks ago. So I'll tell you that story later once everything is revealed. Wait, can you confirm that nothing's distorting, right? Because in my ear it's distorting a little bit, so just want to make sure it's okay. I will not comment on... Okay, cool. I will not comment on who the artist is. This is not a guessing game today, but yeah, I'm things to look forward to. Many things to look forward to. People are saying it's distorting in tasteful ways, so I guess it's my Motown stream era. Yeah, I had so much fun seeing you. I'm trying to do this every week, by the way, the stream. So I'm trying to find different themes and things like that. And I'm also I've also been writing articles and just thoughts that I think I'm going to publish on Substack, maybe starting tomorrow, that I think will explain a little bit of my perspective and my intentions, and give some context to the album, and kind of address maybe some people that are not understanding it, and or understand where I'm coming from. And so I think that getting to express these points in a format that's a little bit more long form than tweets or social media, I think is going to be interesting. I love writing. I write a lot of poetry and things like that, so it's I've never really quite found an avenue to share some of these thoughts. So hopefully there'll be an avenue. If I don't do it, don't blame me. It means I got shy, but we'll see. What made you pick Substack over something like Patreon? I don't know. Good question. I just felt like Substack had a culture that matched the kind of writing I'm trying to do. If you just showed up, I gotta rep this jacket because it's so cool. I'm wearing an L, but I asked for a S and an M so I can kind of check out which one fits me best. I think an M is probably going to be better on me. And we're also making a red version, like very limited red version, which looks insane. But I've been dreaming of this jacket for ages. I've been mocking it up for a while, and it's clearly the best thing we've made. Like, it's hard to. It looks even better in person because it's so like shiny and detailed, and I think very tasteful, and it's very high quality and well lined and well constructed. It's like it doesn't feel like merch. It feels like fashion, and I love that it's like a little bit of if you know, you know. Like if you're not a Madeon fan, it doesn't look like Ben merch. You know, is if you know about Victory, you'll recognize the symbols. But yeah, will jackets be available on tour? I'm kind of trying to figure that out a little bit. Is he the composer of Finale? I am. Yeah, that's true. I guess Twitch has maybe more of a gaming culture where I'm sure a lot of people would know me from some of the music I've made that was featured in like FIFA and Forza and PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale. Oh, you know what I just found out the other day is that Kane Pixels, who directed Backrooms, the movie, which have you guys seen it? It is so good. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, potentially. And he's also a musician, and he actually covered Borealis a couple of years back. So I guess he must like my music, which I thought was very, very cool. Very small world. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's quite heady. I'm not a big horror person, but this felt symbolic and evocative and thoughtful and visually striking. So I liked it. I'm not a horror movie person, no, as I'm mostly like a detective movie guy, especially from the 70s, like Columbo and stuff like that, or Hitchcock. Sweet. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna do like 5 more minutes of yapping because I really enjoy it and you guys are very nice, and then maybe we'll listen to some music. People are saying like no spoilers for Backrooms. Yeah, for sure. I just liked it. Have I seen Project Hail Mary? I have. It was good. What other movies have I watched this year? Let me pull up my Letterboxd. Let's see what we're into this year. I watched the Devil Wears Prada 2 because I wanted to see Gaga and she was great in it. I saw the Mario Galaxy movie. I Love Boosters, which I loved. I really, really recommend it. I saw The Moment, which I thought was awesome. What blew my mind is there's a lot of people I work with that work with Charlie as well, and so I were at rehearsals, and I asked them like, yeah, have you seen the movie? And they were literally at rehearsals, and the movie is kind of about them, and they still hadn't watched it. I'm like, this is insane. If somebody made a movie about my job, like that shot of my job, I would be so curious. Maybe it's too close to home for them, but I love The Moment. I think it's underrated, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I watched Wicked. I love the first Wicked movie. I thought it's so good. I watched Modest Supreme, really like that. One Belter after another. Begonia was cool. The Piano Accident by Quentin Dupieux is great. Really looking forward to the new one. Yeah, anyway. Oh no, that's all the recent releases actually. Let me see my actual diary. Yeah. But yeah, I love Boosters. You should go check that out. Rope by Hitchcock was fucking awesome. Dial M for Murder was very fun. Kiki's Delivery Service was great. Death Trap. There's a lot of like 70s or 80s like detective stuff. So my latest watch is Vertigo. I finally watched it too. It was not my favorite. It was cool, but it was not my favorite. Somebody says in Lex stream I mentioned that I might want to cut All Your Love from the live show, and it's just about flow, you know. It's just that we have so many ideas for the update of the show because we're updating the show extensively for the tour. And actually, once the album comes out, I want to ask everybody which songs from the album I should add to the show, because I could add everything, but I still want it to be a more all-encompassing like Madeon show, and I don't want it to be like 3 hours. So I'd be really curious to see what you pick. But in terms of pure, like, so much of camp, and basically camp is when we set up the 5 of us in this room. So it's me, it's Shane, Ocean, Mike and Molly, and we all have our little stations, and we make the visuals for the show like for a month. And so Camp 1, which is when we made the original Red Rocks show, we spent so much of it making the band work and making Hugo 2 work that we didn't have as much time to figure everything else out. So obviously we had such a strong aesthetic, so I think I think the show is as exactly what I was hoping for and imagining. But I think next camp for the update of the show, I've already solved most of the issues. We have like 3D models of the band, we have mocap data, we have all the typography, we have the hand from the Fireway video, which we can use, the chess pieces. The lore of the band is like really robust. So we have a lot to pull from. So I think making this second batch of visuals and updating the show is going to be so fun, because this is why I kind of like, I understand why people may be critical of premiering a show and then not touring it immediately and having this big gap. It was true for Good Faith, because we did Lollapalooza in August and toured it in November. This one is obviously a much longer gap, which is unfortunate and not really what was optimal, but it does come with some benefits creatively, because I think when you do a tour and you prepare a show and you immediately have to tour it, you don't have the opportunity to figure out some mistakes or areas of improvement. So I really love that we have a V1 of the show that we got to really digest and make sense of before updating it for the full tour. So I think the full tour show is going to be really, really, really good. It's kind of like from Good Faith Live to Good Faith Forever. And I think people that love Victory are going to love it. People that don't love Victory are going to really love it too. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. So the tour will be a totally new Victory. No, it's not a totally new show. Like, it'll have kind of the same intro and structure and a lot of the same moments, but we're adding an extra, like, maybe 25-30 minutes and then revamping a lot of the existing moments and tightening it. And it's kind of like how for Good Faith Forever, it was only about 20 additional minutes of content, and yet it felt like a dramatically different show. Good Faith Forever might have been even less, but the first big addition was The Prince, which was a very visually dense section. So I think that one song had as many ideas as like 20 minutes of show. So it felt good. But yeah, if you've seen Red Rocks, you should still come to the show, because I think it's gonna be even better, I think. So is the Victory album CD somewhat close to the CB disc? It's you can see, you go to Madeon store, you'll see the CD. We've designed it. It has its own artwork and everything. It's really cool. Do you guys like Red Jacket, by the way? Tell me about it. Like, I was re-listening to it earlier, and I'm really proud of it, and I love the drums. I feel like my producer friends out here are probably gonna, have their own opinion about the drums, and specifically the crash. Some people say it's their favorite single. I'm so glad. It's the first single that came out that wasn't a part of Red Rocks, so I feel like it's a big moment, I think, for the rollout. I'm glad you guys liked the video, because it was so fun to make, and as I mentioned earlier, so quick, and so it was a real testament to the strength of the relationships in this team, and how much we just love the band and the premise, and just we figured out a system, and so it means that we can create a lot more stuff. Yeah, I don't know, I'm glad you liked it. The growly bits behind the drum so addicting. Yeah, so much. So there's no guitar, it's all a synth, but the way it's processed makes those little weird squeak happen randomly between the notes, which is really cool. More cowbell type vibe at the intro. The album has a surprising amount of cowbells. There's like 3 or 4 songs with prominent cowbells, so it's a bit of a theme. I love the radio style outro. Thank you. It's kind of necessary for transition, because the whole album flows together, kind of like Good Faith and Adventure. So I think those are really important. Can't wait to listen to the studio version of Super Platinum. Yeah, I'm excited for this to be yours. Somebody's asking how the show scales at different screen size. So the majority of the shows are gonna be what we call the A show, which is gonna be, if you've seen the Ultra show, it's a little bigger than that. So it's a pretty sizable screen. That's almost every show. And then some of the shows we go even bigger and like closer to Red Rocks. And then there's like 4 shows where the stage is smaller, so we're making a smaller version of the show, still as big as we can fit. But for these, they're definitely going to be like, I'm going to re-edit a lot of the visuals to take advantage of that configuration. But what's good is that a lot of the most iconic moments of the show, like Hugo 2 in the band and all that, it doesn't require a lot of space. It's not like for Good Faith Forever where I need a lot of height for the lift. As long as I have at least 30 feet of width to place the tables, most of the show works really well. So are there any other singles? This is it. No, this is it. I think then after the next thing is end of the month, the full album release. I think I'm going to start teasing some of the other tracks because I love them so much. I love Dancing on Your Grave. I think that's Porter's favorite, maybe. It's like a really big chorus. Lonely Space Age is really important and close to me. I love Enjoy. I love Somebody Else. I'm excited. I'm excited for y'all to make sense of it and listen to it, and yeah, I don't know. It's good times. Is Revolution a live-only song? For now, you never know. Some people asking, like, don't trust anyone, not even yourself, meme the inspiration behind You Go To. It was not. Just like David Lynch was not the inspiration for There Is No Band, but maybe unintentionally in the back of my head. What am I drinking? I'm drinking coffee in this. If you're into postmodern designs, like a Memphis group, like Italian, but like this is a little espresso mug by Peter Shire, who's the only American designer member of Memphis, and it's very cute. So this is coffee. Did Phantom of the Paradise inspire the album? Yeah, we played it in the background on this TV when we were making the show. It's part of. We had a short list of movies we would play in the background just for vibes, and that was one of them. How long will Q&A be? Do you mean on tour or right now? You said Lonely Space Age is hidden in the Victory show. Is it hidden in the section where Hugo 2 shoots you? That's a good guess. But yeah, I really like little design things like this, and in fact I'm working with some designers I really admire on an item that's it's a stand to display vinyl, and it can work as a display for like a gatefold or for a singular disc, because some people, you can have a really beautiful picture disc and you don't really get to display it, and so it's kind of this kind of shape. It's very spiky and cool, and it's made of like weighted metal, and it's very like, it's this beautiful small architectural object, and yeah, to display discs. And I know what people will say, like, what about dust and stuff? It's like, just brush it. I brush my discs before I play them. It's so great to be able to display these, and I haven't seen people really make things like that. So that's something we've been working on that hopefully it makes it through and that you guys can see. But yeah, I just want to create a lot of things at different levels, and stuff that is very simple and accessible, and stuff that is like uncompromising, and with the merch and with the tickets and with everything. So I want it to be very inclusive, and also for it to be like creatively fulfilling. Can we get a Victory candle, please? Yeah, there's something there coming, but this might take a while. Going to need that for my underscores Ableton picture disc. Exactly. Is the tour going to be longer than the Red Rocks show? Yes, and I'm glad you were there at Red Rocks and you liked it. It's going to be like quite a bit longer and a little bit more dense in terms of visual, and yeah. Somebody said they acquired the blue version of Adventure. I think you meant the blue Good Faith, because that's super rare and expensive, and I don't have one, so I was like very impressed. Reverse Ralph Simmons design, where we start at fashion and go into object creation, right? What are some of the favorite motion graphic pieces you've made? You know what I remembered is in the original Pixel Empire like Adventure live show, which I've rewatched recently, which we should probably rewatch on stream because it's kind of interesting. There's a bunch of 3D visuals that I made, but I made them in After Effects, meaning that every polygon was its own layer. It was like pretty simple, like cube and stuff animations, but I didn't know any 3D programs, so I made them in After Effects, which was unhinged, but they look pretty cool. But that was like a complete mistake. That was ridiculous. No, there's a music on vinyl pressing of Adventure. Oh yeah, I heard about it. I don't have that. I should have that. I think Sony made that. So they, obviously I approved it, but they didn't send me one. So rude. The Red Rocks already had such a good narrative. Thank you very much. I want the narrative to be even more legible and clear and to have even more memorable moments. But yeah, I'm incredibly excited. That's my favorite part, potentially, of everything that I do, is getting to put a live show together. So. Any comment on the French allegations? It's fake. It's fake news. I am not French, demonstrably, as you can tell from my extremely American, if not Southern, accent. Have I been feeling in this new era really creatively fulfilled, but also by design, this is very scary. And I guess I'll talk about it a little bit more on the Substack article, but it was designed for discomfort. And so the way I preserve myself is that I don't read pretty much like the comments discussion, because I'm trying to make choices that make me feel proud of my willingness to take risk, and that make me feel in control of my creative freedom. And so I feel very happy and very in tune with where my taste is at the moment, and also very in control of my artistry. So yeah. Would I be open to a video game based on Good Faith Forever? Hell yeah, that's great. What happened to only 5 minutes of yapping? I just like the yap, man. I'm like, I'm just home too much. I need to talk, you know. I think the Ready Shell show is gonna be great. It is great. Wait, is that actual Bauer, or is it a? Is it actual? Let me click on that. Is it actual Bauer? Let me see. Boo! It's not. Damn. I thought it was okay. Whatever. How was performing in the cold at Igloo Fest? Terrifying and literally dangerous, and it had a lot of negative effect. But it was also very. It felt like performing against adversity, which is cool. What are the Q&A sessions going to be like on tour for VIP ticks? I think I'm going to try to make the experience between like 1 and 1.5 hours. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the format exactly, but I'm kind of going to follow the flow of what people want. I might want to bring some people on stage and show how it works, so like play a little bit of pop culture, just talk, and yeah, there's just such good vibes being inside of the venue before doors open and with crew, and we have a lot of fun, so I kind of just want to include people into that vibe essentially while we like sound check and do what we need to do. Have I heard Porter's Ed of Laloon? Yeah, he called me out. He's like, you need to play your originals as they are more often. They're really good. So can we meet the band in the VIP? Yeah, of course. To counteract the dark vibes and the new direction, I hope for future music similar to... Listen, there's a vision. There's a greater vision. Okay. I'm done with the yapping. I'm gonna start playing some of my old music, and we're gonna discuss a little bit of how we feel about it, because I haven't listened to it in ages. So where should we start, y'all? Where should we start? Wayne Mount? No. The Killers remix all the way back. Okay, let's start with that. The Killers remix 16 years ago, which is crazy. 16 years ago. Let me look. I don't know. Yeah, 16 years ago. Incredible time in my life. I remember vividly. I think it was January 2010. And 16 years ago means it was at the exact halfway point of my life. So from birth to now, the middle point is that remix we're about to listen to. And I remember vividly, I was dropping out of middle school. I was just generally lost and wanting to succeed in music so hard and so afraid of what the future held and of becoming an adult. And so I remember on New Year's Eve, going from 2009 to 2010, there was a singular moment where I looked in the horizon at night in Nantes, and I thought, like, this is the year, like, this is gonna happen, and it has to be now. Like, I will think about this moment in the future, and I do, and it did happen. So big symbolic moment. This was not an official remix. It was a bootleg. I just found the a cappella, and so it's a SoundCloud exclusive and YouTube exclusive. If you watch it on YouTube, it advertises my MySpace, so it tells you a little bit about how old this is. Okay, let me pick I guess yeah, Safari. Okay, everybody can see it fine? Okay, cool. Let's play it, and give me a thumbs up when you can confirm that it sounds fine, you can hear it okay. It's true, almost, I think every sound in this is Harmless, which is a FL Studio built-in plugin. Do I hear FL Slayer? No, it was Steinberg, virtual guitarist, I believe. Wait, this is so good. Those drums are really iconic. Somebody says, so capital cities coded. They ripped me off. Like, this is something that I have a little bit of beef about, but they absolutely 100% stole from my Alphabet DJ Madeon remix, which we're gonna. It's the same production, the same chords, the same voicing. Their capital city safe and sound is 100%. Plagiarism and like stealing from my remix of DJ. It's like, what can I do? But yeah, you should know that I was not inspired by them. They 100% stole my music. Sometimes you can be like, oh, maybe it's a coincidence, great minds think alike and stuff. No way. Oh, also I think they asked me to remix, or they reached out to me at some point back then, I believe, but we could listen to it actually, and compare. Let's I'm throwing shade now. I'm sorry. I'm sure the band is really nice, and I have no problem with that. Obviously, it's forever ago. I take a lot of inspiration from things. There's really no problem. I just don't like people thinking I was inspired by them, because it is very much the other way around. So maybe clarify this is sarcasm. It is not sarcasm. Like, I'm 100% serious that the capital city safe and sound is, in my opinion, a ripoff of my remix of Alphabet DJ, and it came out after. You can check it out. So let's let me play it, and you'll tell me. Maybe I'm misremembering, and it's not as similar as I think. Okay, let me pull it up. Capital cities, safe and sound. Let's listen to that. Okay. Okay, you're hearing this? Okay, you're not. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, you should be able to hear it now. Okay, great song, right? You guys like this song? So, now let me show you my remix of Alphabet DJ, which came out before. And tell me what you think. Okay. Okay, now let's listen to Capital Cities again. Okay, what do you guys think? Is it a coincidence? And to clarify, the chord progression and production of my remix is not, it doesn't use anything from the Alphabet song DJ. It's a whole new progression and production. So bro might be onto something. I think I am. But it's fine. I think it's cool. There's so many songs I've made that are heavily inspired by things, and they've made a better song. I think Safe and Sound is a modern classic. It's awesome. I see why it's a hit, and it's great. So but it is definitely, they've definitely listened to it. I might, you know what? Let me check something. No copyright strike. Yo, let's just make music. Let's I'm glad they made good music. You know, if I was the inspiration, I'm completely honored. There's no beef. There's more like excitement at taking credit, you know. Or rather, feeling connected to wait, I'm checking something. Okay, so yeah, okay, sorry, I was checking with my lawyer if I can make those claims. No, again, Capital Cities, if you see this, you've made a banger song. It's a modern classic. Let me know if you have heard my remix of DJ. I will not. If it is inspired by it, I am honored and will not sue. So it is just my theory, and I think the chat agrees, right? That it's kind of similar. People say it's such a common chord progression. Absolutely. There's totally like many chord progressions that are like this. I just think the combination of it with the production and the particular voicing of the progression, so it's not just, I'm not talking just about the bass notes, is very, very similar. But yeah, but again, I have a lot of my music that you could absolutely make the same claim for, where you can see where it comes from, and there's like absolutely no problem. So, you know, okay, let's listen to more music. I need to be careful what I'm saying here. It's truly all love. I love music. Okay, let's listen to, should we listen to the, oh, actually, you know, let's listen to, okay, what do you guys want to listen to next? For You, Shuriken, or The Island? Wait, now I'm terrified. I am not used, being on stream is new to me, so I think this is I don't want to say things that are taken out of context, which I think is the entire point of Twitch, right? Is like getting clipped. So, but it is a real skill to not say crazy things. So, okay, people want me to play Shuriken. Let's listen to Shuriken. The origin of Shuriken is that my computer was not powerful enough to play all the instruments that I wanted, so I bounced everything to audio, and then once I saw them all as audio, I realized I could chop them up, and so it created this like choppy riff that was a consequence of limitation. So yeah, let's listen to it. Love that. This is so much better than I remember it being, by the way. I'm so moved. It's long enough ago that it doesn't register that I made it. I still have the project files and everything, so I should definitely... I have every project file I've ever made from the very first song, so after this stream I'm going to open it and try to reconnect to it. Can you hear me better now? Okay. So I was saying that it's very nostalgic to listen to, and it's long enough ago that it barely registers that I made it, but the longer we listen to it, the more it brings me back to who I was when I made this. And I still have the project file for it, so I'll make sure to, after this I'll open it up and kind of reconnect with that era of my production. Oh, I forgot about this ending. That's interesting. It's a very classic Madeon trope that I've never stopped doing, the kind of crashy hit. Well, I call it the hit part. It's in Miracle, and it does appear in a kind of new form in it appears in a new form on Victory. So I'm excited for you to hear that. But yeah, damn. I don't know if I said it over the music and you couldn't hear it, but I produced it because in the way that I did, because I couldn't play back all of the stems simultaneously. So I rendered everything individually and chopped it up, and it kind of created this sound that I ended up exploring throughout the next few years. Okay, I found a comparison I made of DJ and Safe and Sound, and then I'll let it go, where I just changed the key so that it's more easy to compare. I think I found that. Let's listen. Let me see. Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay. So that's my song. And that's their song. Okay, so I'm not making it up, right? I'm not making it up. It's like, it is the exact same voicing. It is basically a remake. Let's play it again. And then tell me if you think I'm making it up or not. And just to clarify, this is, the first half is my song. I just pitch shifted the entire thing to be in the same key. But it's the only thing I did. It's just to make them in the same key. Let's listen again. So that's my production. And that's their song. Yeah, but it's all love. I don't mind. Yeah, it is the same voicing. I think it probably started literally as a remake, where maybe they were trying to remake it. And again, they ended up with a song that is ultimately very different and is a classic, and they wrote a big chorus, and it has its own flavor. The verses feel quite different. They do the octave bass. Listen, it's fine. They never asked no. It could be a coincidence too. I don't think it could be, but yeah, I don't think it could be. Once again, for the last time, just for the sake of clipping, I don't mind that much, and I also have been inspired by things and studied the voicing of tons of music that I like, but yeah. If they didn't reach out to you, then I'd say it's a reach. I don't think it's a reach. I don't think it's a reach at all. Okay, should we listen to more music? Okay, should we do The Island? Okay, let's do The Island. I love that one. That was this remix was the track that made me turn me from an amateur to a professional, because I entered this remix competition organized by the by Pendulum for this song, and they had to select a winner, and Rob Swire, the singer and producer of Pendulum, was not happy with the one that I guess the label chose. It was some dubstep version, which was very trendy at the time, and he decided to just go on his own and actually listen to every submission, which is incredibly commendable. And he landed on mine and really liked it and picked it as the winner, but I did not qualify because I was underage. I was below 18, and also I wasn't based in the UK, I believe. And he went on Twitter and said, fuck it, I don't care about the rules, he wins, which I thought was incredible. And I believe the remix was released, but it caught the attention of publisher Warner Chappell, and they came to visit me, and eventually I signed a publishing deal, and that's how I became a professional musician. So I credit Rob Swire and also Star Smith, who's an amazing British producer, who also found my music and shared it with his team. And so yeah, incredible. I'm impossibly grateful for that, and it changed my life. So let's listen to it and let's see what we think about it. I haven't listened to it in several years, but it's 15 years old, which is, I believe it's more actually, it's closer to 16 years old, but let's have a listen. Okay, let's go. Wait, what the fuck? What is this intro? That I have no recollection of any of this. I thought it's kind of cool that it starts with a real demonstration of the style I was trying to do at the time, this kind of choppy sensibility. It's Wow, I did not remember it starting like that. Very striking, I think. Let's listen again.
You arrive in the rising sun, the hidden passenger that I've been taking. Close your eyes, let's forget it again. As you drag me down, I will take you in. What are you waiting for?
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts. You can definitely tell it's the start of what would go on to become like the Madeon drums of the adventure, like up until Shelter, which is very charming to me. It's not fully realized. I think the verse, I always felt like the verse was the weakest part of the song, which is probably why I led with that intro to kind of expose the production sensibility. One thing that is very specific to that era of Madeon production that I don't do anymore is ending a section by filtering out all the drums, like high pass and low pass, which is a move that is kind of borrowed from Eurodance production. Like that's something that Cascada would do, and it's not a thing really, I believe, in pop or house as much, and so it felt very natural for me to do because it was the kind of music I was doing before. Maybe I should bring it back. It's a cool move. In this instance, I combined it with a bit crusher, which is an interesting move. What's magical to me right now about listening to this is that I can actually now I can vividly remember what those project files look like and what it was like to make this, and I feel like I could sit down and make this music. Like it's still in me. Like maybe someday I'll just as a fun exercise make a song like that again. But if I do, I probably will not show you because I think it's important to move and explore and not just look back. But yeah, let's keep listening. This is very touching to me. I think what I can tell listening to this music is how desperate I was to become a professional musician, and I was trying to be quite demonstrative about production tricks, and I felt like I wanted to be seen as a professional in a sense even more than I wanted to be seen as an artist, and so it is a little demonstrative, which I think is a lot of the appeal, but it's probably things I would not be doing today. Today I think I'm more impressed by confidence, simplicity than complex little chops and fills. So
Just surrender here tonight. What are you waiting for as we go towards the lights? When everything is said and done, to looking for answers, to turn back, the edge has gone, left with no reason, we come undone.
I'm gonna play it again, but yeah, brought back a lot of thoughts. People are asking if I can play unreleased demos and things from that era. Yeah, I'm gonna try to collect them and actually listen to them together, possibly, because I was very difficult. There was a lot of great music that I finished and didn't want to release for sometimes irrational reasons, and some collaborations with people that I had a song with Giorgio Moroder, and I had another with Beth Ditto, and one with MNEK. Like, there's a lot of great music, and for one reason or another, I would get scared, didn't release it. And I think the ones that are collaborations, it's probably not respectful to them to play them, but at least the ones I did alone, I should revisit and listen together. It's kind of funny to think about how if I made a few different decisions, the canon of my discography would be different, and potentially one of them would have been like a defining hit, or it would have made people lose interest because it would have been mediocre. You can never know, but it's interesting to think of the what if. Dig Ubelkite out of the archives. I listened back to Ubelkite, maybe we will in a second, recently, and it's really cool. That's one where I don't really know how I made it. I think the sound design on that was a little bit of an accident. So I really gotta pull up that project file because it's even back then I wasn't sure how I made it, so it sounds cool. I don't love the drums. Maybe I should, you know what I'll do? I'll pull up that project file and use a kick that I think has a classier transient and then finish it like that. I think that'd be cool. You're asking me a lot of questions that I wish that I'm not 100% sure I'm allowed to answer, so I will skip them out of respect. Nothing bad, just like I like when people are respectful as well of my, you know, process and secrets and stuff. So people are saying this, it's very ASMR because of it's just a very high quality microphone. It's the microphone I used all over Good Faith, and I guess my mouth is dry, so this is ASMR. We are listening to early Madeon music. Okay, that's enough. You can clip it. Let's resume. Let's resume the island. People are like, stop. I know. I halfway through the bit, I was like, I need to wrap this shit up, but it's kind of fun to do. Okay, let's listen to the island once more.
No reason we come undone.
Yeah, it's very, very intense. I remember the way I would make these is that I would do it in order. I would make the first beat of it and then another and then the next sequentially. So I wasn't really thinking about it as a full riff. I was just laboring over a second and then the next and then the next until the kind of tapestry of it emerged. And so it was really fun because typically, you know, a riff, you'll play it, you'll iterate, but you'll be able to at least hear it as a loop immediately. But for this kind of music, I couldn't. I had to trust that the next bar would answer the questions that then the first bar implored. People are saying, was it called Complextro back then? I don't remember the exact order in which things were introduced. I think I don't know. I feel like Shuriken I believe Shuriken I made before I discovered things like Wolfgang Gartner and music that was very chop driven. I feel like that was a independent exploration rather than that was born out of what I mentioned before. It was more inspired by like Todd Edwards, I think, for sure, than Complextro. The island on the other end was very much still like informed more by electro, and you can hear it in drums. But it still has a few like seventh and chords that are pretty Madeon-esque, pretty French. Yeah, this is cool. I enjoyed listening to that. There's definitely a lot going on, but I appreciate every sound. I love the little chiptune ops. It's a lot of very fun tropes. And this had like a breakbeat-esque hit part post drop. Which is similar to what we heard at the end of Shuriken earlier, which are not my favorite parts now. Like the gated 80s snare feels a little out of place to me, but they're cool.
I am caught in your slow release. Seems like you're traveling. Eager to move me. My reflection will slowly fade to another time until my head escapes. What are you waiting for? Just surrender.
yeah, in this one I can feel more of the electro sensibility and maybe a little bit of justice, and I feel like emotionally this doesn't work for me as much as Shuriken does. You know, the A minor progression is a little less appealing to me. It's very demonstrative production wise, so there's a lot of bits that I like, but yeah, this is not gonna be my favorite of the bunch, I think, but it was definitely the start of something. How was the cover art made? I made all these cover arts. It was just Photoshop. I think Dad made this artwork and I just made some diamond shapes and, you know, colored it in various ways. It's very like Photoshop tutorial vibes, to be honest. It's not very impressive, but you know, I made all of that. Yeah, I made all the artwork. I made that artwork. I made that. Oh, this one, the mini mix. We'll get to it later, but that's the most underrated piece of Madeon media, I think, because it essentially is pop culture too. But again, I was scared to post it on YouTube, and I don't know why. I should have. It was a SoundCloud exclusive because I think it's a worthy successor. Let me see. I did not do this illustration, so that's somebody else illustrated that. I made that artwork. Yeah, I guess I made all the Madeon artwork. I didn't make Shelter. I didn't make the graphics over here. That was Corey. I didn't make this design. I did the photo editing, like the hypercolor look, but I didn't design it. And I designed that. This is based on some mic stuff. I designed that one. I designed that one that's based on a Ronnie photo, and also with feedback from my girlfriend Rose, because she's a creative director and designer professionally, so she had great insight. And obviously those are photos. So, but yeah, I guess going through this also chronicles a little bit of my design journey, which is cute. Do I draw? I'm not a very good illustrator at all. I do draw to illustrate ideas. Like this is the toys in Pain of Mine in the live show. That was like the original sketch for them, you know. So this is not a drawing, but I guess it qualifies as a way to express an idea. I've gotten more into drawing. I had a little bit of an era where I watched a bunch of TikTok tutorial on shading and perspective and things, which was fun, because I visited Naoshima in Japan when I was starting to explore Victory, and it's like an art island with those museums. It's very sheltered, like you need to take a boat, and a lot of the museums don't allow you to take pictures. So I bought a sketchbook and a pencil, and I just drew shapes that inspired me, and drew some characters, and those became the band members essentially. So they're based on really rudimentary drawings I made. Do I have a lossless file of pop culture? It's a good question. Do I? If I do, it should be somewhere there. Pretty organized. Okay, I don't have it on this computer, but I might have it somewhere. I think I do. I'm pretty good at not losing things, but yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go use the restroom really quick, and I'll be back. In the meantime, please enjoy the Red Jacket video again. Go stream Red Jacket and pre-order Victory out June 26th. Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure
generate sounds on its own. Somebody's asking if those visuals will be in Victory Live. I was thinking about that actually. I made those visuals just for the music video originally, but yeah, I think maybe some of them, but I kind of want the band to be present in some capacity there too. Did I slap 10 OTTs on these sounds? I might have. It's like literally 50 plus plugins. Somebody says they like the pins. Thank you. It's this upcoming jacket we made. I'm really proud of this jacket. It's really cool. They're all embroidered and they're not like pins, which is nice because otherwise it would be a little bit uncomfortable inside. But yeah, I'm super stoked on it. It's been a long time coming, but they nailed it. Would I sell pins of the band? I think so, yeah. I mean, we have so many good ideas, but we have those plushies we've been working on based on the toys from the video, and the difficult part is making them sit. I want them to be plushies, but you can like plop down and they look at you. So we're working on that, and they're awesome. I just want to make so much. If you guys are into the band, like I'm into the band, we have so many ideas. So what are the unlisted lyrics from? I don't know what you're talking about, sorry. Band blind boxes, band everything. The band cereals. We've been working on the Victory cereals for a minute, so yeah. How is it working with Sammy G? It was awesome, man. He's awesome. No. Photo cards, everything. So many good questions. I feel like it's bad form to stop talking as you read the chat, right? Is that like a skill you're supposed to have where you like never stop talking even as you read the chat? Is that a thing? Or so if so, I'll practice that. How does one become super platinum? I mean, just gotta sell your soul, you know. That's how you get it. Let's keep listening to stuff. I think we should should we finish the island? There's one thing about the island that I regret, which is at the very end I pandered and made a little dubstep section because I kind of could tell that's what I wanted. As I mentioned, the original winner was like a dubstep remix, and so I was kind of pandering there. But the way I went about it is pretty cool if you pay attention. It's just that I took the vocal and I repeated a cycle of the waveform to make it like infinitely long. And then I added a filter and it basically made the vocal extend until it transforms into like a wobble, like a cliche dubstep wobble bass. So if you pay attention to it, the way I get to the section is clever, but the section itself is pretty mediocre. But let's listen to it.
As we go towards the light.
Not now, later.
Looking for answers. If only one turn my back. The edge has gone, left with no reason. We come on, turn.
Is cool. Fun. Yeah, lots of memories there. Um, you can hear your age in this. I think so. I think there's a certain energy you have at like 16 that's has its own appeal and is charming. And I definitely wouldn't make those decisions in production today. Um, I think the 16-year-old me would really like the music I make today, and the 32-year-old me has a lot of finds a lot of charm in this too. So I'm glad there's this mutual appreciation through time. You know, the cutest dubstep section of all time. Yeah, because it has like those weird like French chords that are absolutely not within the vocabulary of dubstep, especially of the time. Um, some good questions. Raise Your Weapon remix next. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, let's do maybe a couple more. Let's do the Curvature remix, and then why is Raise Your Weapon not on there? Was it deleted or something? What's wrong? What's wrong? It's like it should be there. Anybody knows what happened with it? Well, we're gonna start with Yale Curvature, which I believe came out first. Yale is a French band, primarily known for its singer, and they I guess they discovered me really early and were big believers in France, which was really important because I felt like the French music community was not very kind to me at the time, or I had some skepticism. There was a lot of rumors that my dad was producing my music, which is hilarious because my dad doesn't listen to music, let alone make it. So people said I was some kind of nepo baby who doesn't make his music, which is both terrible and a great compliment because it means they couldn't believe the truth, which was that I was just some kid with absolutely no connection, with just some software. Was it easier for me to remix because of the French lyrics? Kind of the opposite. I think the French lyrics feel so real, and it's easier for me to have some distance when it's the lyrics are in English, and I can focus on the sonics and not be distracted by the meaning. But yeah, let's maybe my mom produced it. Yeah, that'd be great. She does listen to music. She loves some Celine Dion. So okay, let's check out Curvature, and I think I'm gonna enjoy that one more than I did The Island. But yeah, to finish the story, they asked me to do this remix, and they asked me to open for them for their show in Paris, which was amazing and terrifying because I obviously had never performed before. I was 16 years old. I had never seen a DJ. The only show I'd ever been to was Daft Punk in Alive 2007. So I had very little frame of reference, and a few funny things happened. So I had to teach myself how to DJ really quickly. I had made pop culture but not released it, so I played pop culture at the end of that show, and nobody cared, obviously. I think between the moment that I got booked for the show and the moment that the show happened a few months later, I grew like 6 inches. I was a very short kid, and then I was really anxious about going on stage and looking like a child, and then somehow I grew to like 5 feet 10 in that little span of time between being booked and going on stage. Like my body was like, okay, time to go on stage. We gotta sort this out, make you presentable, you know. I still did look like a child. People, and then also there was a journalist, a very prominent French music journalist there, who tweeted, I don't know who the DJ is opening for Yale, but he should retire and change job, which is yeah. So every time I've had a big show, like I played the Stade de France, which is this like stadium, like the largest venue in France, opening for DJ Snake, and I was like, oh, maybe now's a good time to reply to that tweet. Or like when I did Coachella, all of these milestones of my career, I was tempted like, now's the moment. Like it's kind of like this fantasy of, at first I was like, I'm gonna send a letter to all of those teachers that didn't believe in me and told me to stop making music, and that I should, and show them that it actually worked out. And that was a pleasant fantasy until you actually grow up and you have some empathy for what people mean. And I guess on some level, yeah, I was not a very good DJ. He could have been more supportive of a literal child, but it was a good preparation. I remember going to the hotel and crying, though. I cried after my first show, so he was not. Yeah, I think he's retired now. So he's retired. I'm not. I'm sure he had his reason. I think it was just the vibe of the time is you had to be a little bit edgy and a little bit mean, and so it is what it is. I did okay. And a lot of press, a lot of journalists have been really kind to me over the years, so you know. But yeah, it was sad. I did cry. Can you believe it? Let's listen to Yell Que Veux-tu. And then they went on to play that version of the song, the remix, on tour and on TV and everything. So clearly they really liked it. And we still talk to this day. Actually, we messaged the other day because I wanted to see them in Paris for my show. But they're actually doing their own show, unfortunately, on the same night. So yeah, let's listen to that. Okay, I'm already obsessed. This is way more up my alley. I'm like, I believed, was that one of their stems? Or did I make that sense? I don't know. Either way, I really like it. No, I think that was their stem. This intro, for a brief moment there, made me want to stop, like slam my computer shut, stop the stream, and run into the studio and make a million songs. I'm so nostalgic now. I don't know if I like that drop very much. Let's listen to it, but that intro is very, very nostalgic for me. So the faisons des enfants, the banana, wait, da 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 da. That thing is the same technique as the dubstep ending in the island, but more musical. This was very inspired by Kylie Minogue. I think she had an album called, was it called Aphrodite? But she had an album that had production that I think was a little bit in that vein. That was my key inspiration for this, I believe. The violins are very cute. It is definitely very early Madeon. Yeah, Get Out of My Way, I think, was definitely an inspiration. Did that come out first? I believe it did. Yeah, people are talking about The City. We should listen to The City because it used to be my favorite Madeon song ever, and now it's one of my least favorite. But if we listen to it again, I will probably change my mind. Somebody said it was called X. I loved X, but I mean the album after that. What was it called? Okay, let's continue listening to the Yell remix. shout outs to Yell because the song is beautiful. The writing is exceptional. They've written some really beautiful songs. They have a song called Bouquet Final, which also has some of my favorite pop writing. But this one is also, it's very high-low. It's some of its imagery is very funny and approachable, and then some of its meaning is poetic and layered. I'm listening to this also reminds me of how great their song is. So. That same trick again just now. That high synth comes from the vocal extending. I think that's something I was trying to use. This. That part right there is by far my favorite. That chord progression and general sensibility, I think, made its way to Gypsy by Lady Gaga, which also had a post-chorus that was a similar progression. And the bum 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 was kind of inspired by the album Day and Age by The Killers, produced by Stuart Price, which was a hugely influential album for me. And I think a lot of the pads of early Madeon and some of the voicing, and so you can, I think, trace back to this album, which I don't think is a connection people have made very much. But if you listen to it, I think you might see that connection. Yeah, I'm very moved. I'll be honest. I thought this was gonna be funny, but like for a second there, for a minute, I felt a strong sense of nostalgia and purpose, and I could see myself making this, and I could see, and you know what I just remembered? I was struggling to finish this remix, and I was procrastinating, and I went to the store and bought a launchpad, and if I remember correctly, I made Pop Culture the day that I got the launchpad because I was procrastinating on finishing this, and so I was trying to do something else, and I did Pop Culture halfway through making this. After this stream, I'm gonna go and open some of these project files, but I was really moved just now. This is incredible. I mean, I'm not saying the song's incredible, but the emotion I'm feeling from listening to it is unexpected. No, open these projects on stream too. No. Wow, that was really cool. I'm glad we're sharing this moment. And Porter insisted. He said that I should sit down and listen to. I think he meant specifically like the Adventure as an album, but I think it includes these tracks too. And I can't believe I haven't done that. sitting down and listening to it from the perspective of a regular listener. Somebody wants to play Icarus, which is not a bad idea, because I don't really remember what the original sounds like. I'm so used to the live edits. And same with Finale, I'd say. But I kind of want to play the city first. So let's maybe start with that.
There is a place in the distance, a place that I've been dreaming of. No time and space don't exist there. We can dance like there's no tomorrow. There is a place.
Okay, sorry for interrupting. Somebody asked where the Formant synth is from, and it is from Amber, from the F Expansion synth squad. Great sound. I really loved the intro just there. I'm not sure how I feel about the vocal, transparently. But it's pretty anthemic. But originally I was singing it, and then maybe if I had kept my vocals instead, it would maybe be a little bit more nostalgic to me. I love the singer, by the way, did a great job, and it's a big sounding chorus. But yeah, and then the drop there is a little busy for my taste. So it's not as elegant as I think it could have been. I was trying to make the bass have this band pass. I'm not sure what my reference was at the time, but I wanted maybe some Justice bass, but I wanted it to have more high end, and I think that competed with a little bit of the other sounds I had going on there and the chops. Let's listen though.
I can feel the city crumbling around me. Can't seem to find my way, but I can see a bright light calling through the dark night, hoping I find my way.
I don't love that verse.
I had what I wanted.
I like the
away so fast. Yeah, got to let go. We can dance like there's no tomorrow.
I was saying that I'm not sure about the verse, but I like the pre-chorus. Back then I was really struggling with vocals on my songs. It's really difficult to find vocalists that I liked, and I wasn't really a songwriter, definitely not a singer, so I felt like whenever I had a collaborator involved, it would lose a little bit of its identity, and it was always very difficult. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think Finale, Nicolas Petrica did a really good job. I think on Adventure, I kind of cracked it a little bit more because I worked with more indie pop artists that felt more connected to my taste, like obviously Passion Pit and Bastille and Foster the People and Mark Foster. So it's I still really like those a lot. And Aquilo and every feature on Charlie XCX is on OK. Chopped up, but still her voice was and is so cool. So I think by Adventure I kind of cracked it, and then after Shelter and Beings, and it made me really want to take more ownership over the songwriting. And so obviously Good Faith and Onwards is my voice primarily. But on Victory I really liked having Slater and Sam Gellatree and having other tones join me. I thought I was the next frontier. So let's keep listening to The City. What the fuck? What do you mean, Charlie on OK? I had a session with Charlie XCX and we made some cool music, but then in the end I ended up taking some of those acapellas and chopping them up, and it became half of the vocals of OK, the song on Adventure. So yeah, I'm sure if you listen to it with that in mind, you'll recognize her voice for sure. But yeah, we worked for a couple of days. It was so long ago, but it was really cool. So the secret of that drop, the dip down down bounce down beat down all the way, is that I actually came up with the chops first and then went back and had Zach Waters record each slice to make it sound like it was chopped up from an acapella, but it wasn't, and I can kind of hear the fakeness. I should have written like a line or a lyric that contained all these chops so I could legitimately cut them, but I can kind of tell that each of those slices was sung separately without any vocal strains, so it just feels a little fake to me, but yeah.
I can feel the heartbeat underneath the concrete, just like a kick drum plays.
Okay, is my voice a little bit more legible now? Yeah, the second verse is better. Can you hear me now? Come on. Ah.
We can dance like there's no tomorrow. There is a place in the distance, a place that I've been dreaming of. No more time and space. We can dance like there's no tomorrow.
I totally forgot that chord right there. I totally forgot that chord right there before the... It's kind of strange, but interesting. I forgot about that outro and I really like it. Yeah, I'm glad we listened to this. There were so many little details I forgot about. It's been absolutely, I'd say maybe 8 years since I listened to this. You guys are asking for some songs that I'm not prepared to play, but yeah, I don't think it's my favorite. I think it has some great voicing, and I could see why it would be nostalgic for people though, and I respect it. But maybe the sweet spot for me of that era would be Curvature, Icarus, maybe Shuriken, and then for me, the Killers and Alphabet remixes are, and maybe I guess for you, that era is its own like pre-Madeon era. Shuriken is kind of transitional, and then the Island onwards is its own era. Up until yeah, the City, and then Adventure is its own distinct era as well. Oh, Technicolor I guess is part of that same post-Icarus era. We should listen to Technicolor, maybe not today, but I remember back then I was seeing it as kind of my grand opus. I was trying to make my epic masterpiece, I guess, and I wonder if I would still like it today. I'm sure. I mean, I love the main riff, and obviously I do new live versions of it. I guess I'm only referencing to the original version. My label was not happy about Technicolor. They were not about it. they let me release it, but they didn't like it. I guess they were hoping for something more commercial, and they were waiting for the big like Madeon pop song, you know. And this was some very electronic, semi-experimental, structured track. Cut the Kid is really cool. Cut the Kid. What I think Cut the Kid. Oh, Cut the Kid came from a 24 Hours EP, and then Finale as well. I should play the other songs from these EPs at some point. If you don't know, I used to do this thing every year in which I would stay up for 24 hours straight, kind of work myself into a state of delusion. I would make an entire EP within those 24 hours of at least 3 songs. And the first time I did it, I made an EP that was a song called Broadway, a song called Lemonade, which was very bad, and then a song called Finale. So I made all of these within 24 hours, collapsed, went to bed, and one of them was okay, one of them was bad, and one of them was quite good, which was Finale. And then the second time I did it, I did a song called Perfect Color, which is kind of cool. Something else that I forgot, and then Cut the Kid. Which I think holds up. And you know how we're talking about the capital cities, Madeon similarity? Cut the Kid, absolutely. I took great inspiration from a Capsule song from Estaka Nakata, a J-pop producer. I forgot which song. I think it's I Miss You. Like, I forgot, but it's very, very referential. Like, however, whatever similarity I find with, you know, my funny example from earlier, somebody could do that to me as well, you know, so. Yeah, that's great. I think it's my favorite Madeon kick snare. It's the one kick snare from that era that I think holds up, that I would use today. There's a lot of cool details in that song. There's a lot of elements that maybe could have been better, but I like Cut the Kid. I'm glad I released it. The funny thing is that every chop in that song, every vocal chop, comes from a different a cappella, and they're all unclearable acapellas. It's Kylie Minogue, Lady Gaga, just every like pop star you can imagine. Sometimes just the breathing or the like Britney, and just every, I think some male singers too, but it's and nobody will ever find them. This is not like a situation like with the Face to Face by Daft Punk where you can remake it. I don't think it's possible to remake it, but it's kind of funny because I know. So it's like Together, kind of. Yes, that's another deep cut. There's a song called Together, which was made for the live show that you can find as the secret bonus track on the Adventure Deluxe vinyl. Similar concept where I wrote the line, "We can do this together," and then I went through all of my acapellas and chopped up specific syllables from various acapellas to recreate that melody and that lyric. But then I processed it so much that it kind of registers as just one tone. I kind of probably should have emphasized the difference. But yeah, that was the concept of that. Man, this is fun to go through. The mini mix, maybe we should go back and listen to properly in the future. Yeah, it's really intense. I overdid it. I just went as maximalist as possible. but it's quite cool. I think I should upload it to YouTube, like I should have all along. You sampled Phonat on this mini mix. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, I should have mentioned Phonat. He has a song called Set Me Free that absolutely was a key inspiration behind like Icarus and music like that, for sure. Did I hear Daft Punk in the mix? Yeah, I think it's like 100 songs. Let me check. It's a 5-minute mix and it features, oh yeah, however many songs that is. But that's a lot of songs. But you can find the list. Wow. Data. Penguin Prison. Russ Chimes still kicking it. Yeah. Definitely brings me back. The M Machine, obviously. Sirkin, obviously killing it as generation right now. Culture defining. It's cool to see these names and see all the cool things that everybody has done since, you know. Lion Hat, yeah, you're right. Unicorn Kid. Rep Oliver, for sure. Yeah, Cameron Crook Danger. Yuksek, just so many of my favorite. This really captures what my taste was like at the time. This is definitely everything that I actually listened to. Yeah, there was some slightly more EDM stuff, some poppier things, a couple classics. Yeah. Is it 95 tracks? Did somebody count? Can you confirm that's true? Have I said anything about menthol and gold? No, but maybe I will next time. Wow, it's kind of fun to then see like 16 years later the new releases. I love how the aesthetic evolved. I really like that Victory is so distinct. It's very photography and fashion led, and the album artwork for Victory is definitely my favorite album artwork I've made. I like that there's purpose and a meaning, and yeah, so I'm really happy about that. Gonna Be Good is another fun one. Love You Back, I'm glad people ended up really resonating with. But yeah, you know, like scrolling through this is pretty crazy. Like imagine, I haven't put out that much music, so each of those mean a lot to me, and I get to scroll through and see half of my life, but the majority of my conscious life. Obviously, I don't remember the first few years of my life, so I've been Madeon for longer than I've been anything else. So it's this feels particularly moving, going through all this. I wish I could, you know, come back to 2010 and then for a day have access to this current SoundCloud account and listen to everything that is ahead of me, and then wipe my memory, obviously, so otherwise it would influence me too much. But there was a lot of things I was trying to make and failing to make at the time that I feel like I succeeded in making sense. But sometimes you can fail your way to something really cool. You know, it's how Justice was trying to make disco music and had to sample all these different notes to try to achieve that, and then it sounded like Justice, you know. It was an accident in a way. But yeah, it's really cool, and I want to continue that tapestry. I want to be able to look back on everything in 16 more years and feel like I've made some fun choices and made some really good music. So that's my hope. But this has been really moving. Thanks for being here with me as I listen to some of these oldies. I feel like there's a bunch of other things that maybe we'll do next time. What did you mention? Some unreleased stuff like Ubelkeit, Song 2, Not, Demon Pictures. How do you know that? But I'm pretty good at archiving, so I have all of that, for sure. I definitely have Not, you know. I wonder if I have it on this computer, actually. I might not. This is my laptop. It's not my studio computer. Do I have Nantes? When was Nantes? When did I make that? Yeah, I think no, it's not. I have the library file, but not the actual WAV file. But I have it in the other computer, so yeah, I'm happy to. Actually, I'm happy to not play it. How about that? I think it will never be better than it. Yeah, I think keeping it out of reach will give it more magic. Sorry. But you know what I could do? I could play you 2 seconds of something else. Okay, so amongst all of the unreleased song you haven't heard before on Victory, which one would you want to listen to precisely 2 seconds of? Super Platinum or Lonely Space Age? I mean, I think, yeah, let's see. Dancing on Your Grave. Let's do Dancing on Your Grave then. Let's do that, and then I'll wrap it up. Not Lonely Space Age. I kind of wanted to surprise you. Then I don't know what part I should play though. Okay, now I'm kind of regretting it. Should I not? I'm just giving you so much out of context elements. It's kind of fun for me. Okay, that's already too much. That's too much exposition. Okay, what do you guys think? Wait, you liked it? You think it bangs? I think it does bang. And also I will tell you that it is 4 minutes long. So a lot of the other songs are on purpose very short, like 2 minutes long, because that was the length of early Beatles song and Ramones and things like that. So I was trying to condense to 2 minutes, but this one is 4 minutes, so that's good. And somebody says we're gonna sample everything and recreate the whole song, so that's funny. 2 minutes is great mostly, but this one is more of a longer journey with like some twists and turns. But the song sounds crunchy, right? It's a song that I worked so long on, and I couldn't crack it, and I kept on starting over and over, and then I was kind of giving up and figured I would just use whichever version I had that was tolerable, and then I gave it one more shot and I reproduced the whole thing, and it finally clicked and it sounded great. And I think it's one of my favorite mixes on the album. The drums are so clean, and yeah. I feel like 6 out of 10 transition. No, fuck you. I would rather, okay, I want it to either be 10 out of 10 or not good. I think it would be so fun to have an incredibly negative review or an incredible one. That's kind of, I would love those to be the option. Actually, please don't do the negative one. I changed my mind. I do not want that. But I like to convince myself that I would be happy with that somehow. No, actually, I do. Yeah, I think it would be cool to. I just want. What am I saying? I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be careful what I say. He liked High and Car. Yeah, he did love High, which is sick because I love High. You guys are funny. This is fun. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me see if I have anything else that we should discuss. Wait, there's like 3,000 people. That is sick. That is crazy, actually. At some point, I'm gonna play through everything. I think so I want to do a few more Twitch streams. If you have ideas, let me know. I was gonna like open some project files, maybe listen to the rest of my old music, preview a little bit of every song, and talk about them. Maybe do something completely unexpected and non-music related. Could be fun. I kind of want to do Sonic Adventure 2 again, which is unjustifiable, but it is. I would love to. If they do a Nintendo Direct, I'm just gonna become a Nintendo account, and because I was halfway through replaying Ocarina of Time, and I stopped because there were rumors of a remake. So those rumors better be real, because I stopped right before Adult Link, and I feel extremely frustrated. So I hope that's true. They ain't real, my dude. Let's see. Let's talk about it in a month. Let's see. Icarus without Master Chain. I wonder if I have it. Okay, before I go, I'm just going to see if I have that already somewhere, because I think I might have it. I'm searching like Icarus in my files, but I have so many versions of it and visuals for it and everything, so there's like hundreds of results. Well, let me see if I can find that. No, okay, I don't have it handy, but I will find it, I will play it, and yeah. Was thinking about getting these red chairs behind you. Yes, they're very comfy. They very much are. Wait, is there a final thing I can discuss or show you? Let me see. Wait, I'm gonna advertise this jacket again because I love it so much. Right? Victory Vision pin, you get it. I see the Issei Miyake pants, you know it. I love Issei. Huge fan. Documentary update. It's not my project, so it's not up to me, but I'm gonna see if I can pull at least some of the snippets from it. But I think it'd be cool to keep filming though, for Camp 2 and having more content. So I think it's kind of a little pretentious to be involved in a documentary about yourself. So it wasn't like my idea, my project. Lucid Monday fully made it and funded it. So I'm like, I'm not in control of it, but I got some really cool footage that I would love to show you. Is there a tentative release date for the jacket? I don't know. What do you think? I Good Faith Forever Blu-ray when? We have the files. We also have the full recording of Red Rocks. I was thinking of streaming it on Twitch maybe, and like we can watch it together and get hyped for tour. Yeah, and then in terms of Good Faith Forever, like I'm getting my masters back in a couple of years, so I think that would be really easy to do then. But yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to wrap it up because it's almost. Has it been 1 hour or 2 hours? Oh, it's been 2 hours. That's crazy. Okay, let's do it again. Some point next week, maybe Tuesday again. I'm gonna try to see how it works to be on schedule. But thank you very much for watching. Love you guys. Bye bye. I've been Madeon. Listen to listen to Good Faith. Yes, listen to Good Faith, but also listen to everything else. finish it off with another play while I got you of the red jacket video, and I'm actually gonna comment, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah. Somebody pointed out that the date on Red's ID doesn't make sense, and it's because the DMV messed up. Like canonically, the DMV messed up, and so he has to go and get it remade, which is a whole hassle. But you know, I love these. I love the new illustration of the toys. I love this outdoor shot of the stadium. Shin made that like an hour before we uploaded it. It was all very spontaneous. Why can we see Red's real face in the pics? It's well, his head is not always on fire, but you're not really supposed to see his face that clearly. So canonically, it's his face is supposed to be a little bit more ambiguous, but yeah. Wait, this looks cool. Yeah, well done, Ocean. Well done, team. This is cool. This makes me so excited to play Victory Live. People are like, we can't hear the commentary, how about now? I was saying that I like how it looks, it makes me happy, you know, I love seeing my friends make cool things that celebrates all the work we've done together already and hopefully inspire. Like I love seeing fan arts and things like that. Whenever there's really cool fan art, I send it in the group chat with the architect, so Lorem and Forky, we had a blast with that, just so you know. Spiky loves floating and growing huge. It's kind of his thing. Spiky's fit is goated. I know it's full Rick Owens. It's real. I went to the Rick Owens store and bought his outfit. Alright, that was cool. Alright, speak to you next time. Bye bye.